Shema, Yasha Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Achad, Shema, Yasha Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Achad, Shema, Yasha Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Achad. All right, Shalom, Akim. And we would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakudash. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, rule well, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. All right, I'm the high spirit, we in Judah. And today I want to go into a live stream entitled, It's What You Give Your Attention To That Matters. All right, because what Esau, the elites, won't tell you is that basically what you give your attention to is basically what you worship. And what you give your attention to is basically what you become. Because they say you are what you eat, right? Well, you eat with your mind. All right. That's why in the book of Proverbs, the mind is referred to as the belly, because you eat with your mind. And something that's very powerful and very important is what you are giving your focus to. Your attention is basically like a tool to consume, man. Your attention is basically like a tool. And shalom to you brothers and sisters who are tuning in to this live stream, man. Basically, we're at the end of Esau Edom's kingdom, and we're at the downfall of our enemy's kingdom, and he's going to go through a lot of drastic matters to preserve his kingdom, okay? He's going to go through a lot of drastic measures, to preserve his kingdom. But I just want to start out quoting that in Timothy, where it says, give thyself wholly unto it. All right, give thyself wholly unto what? This ministry. All right, see, what we're doing right now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai is that we're creating a defense against the times to come. Okay, and that defense is basically the fortification that you've built up by way of being consumed in the truth, man. All right, so we give ourselves wholly unto this ministry. And how do we do that? We do that by reading, all right, watching the videos, all right, brothers who are a part of camps, connecting with other brothers and doing lessons, all right? That's giving yourself wholly unto it, you know, studying to show yourself approved. What happens is you become the book, man. You become a walking epistle. You become a living testimony, as they say. But you become the book, man. See, our goal is to be like Denzel out the movie, The Book of Eli, where at the end of the movie, he basically knew the Bible front to back. Now, although we can't recite, you know, in a chronological order, word for word, the Bible, but you see what I'm saying? We have to become that book, man. And what we give our attention to is basically going to determine, all right, how we're going to withstand in the times to come, man. But what you give your attention to is very important, man. Going back to Timothy, all right, where it says, you know, give thyself wholly into the ministry, man. And that's what we have to do. We have to give ourselves wholly into the ministry, man. Examining ourselves, all right, whether we be in the faith, asking ourselves, what is it that we can work on? What is it that we can trim down? What is it that we can add to ourselves, add to our patterns, add to our daily regiment in the spirit? Okay? What is it that we can add to our daily regiment in the spirit? All right? Understanding the benefits of fasting, understanding the benefits of praying. All right? As it says in the book of, I think that's the book of Tobit, fasting is good with prayer. So what can we learn from that verse alone? All right? Is that fasting empowers your prayer. Fasting amplifies your prayer. Your prayers itself already keeps you locked in the spirit world. It already keeps you in tune with Yahweh Shema Shai. But when you couple that with fasting, you amplify your prayers manyfold. Okay? So that goes into giving your attention over into this ministry, man. All right? Even you brothers and sisters, if you're not watching my videos, you're watching another brother or elder's videos. This is what you're giving your attention to. But basically what you're doing, you are investing. All right. And when you invest something, all right, when you invest in something, you do that with the hopes of getting a return on your investment. So what's your return on giving yourself over to the ministry, man? All right. That's well, Isaiah, it says what? Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our times. So when you take from these epistles and you take from the book and you make that a part of your defense, now you have stability in the times to come, which is invaluable. But ultimately, all right, it'll build us up to have faith into the end. So basically, you are investing in your salvation by giving your attention over into this truth, man. And you can only hyper focus on one thing at a time. So for brothers and sisters who've given themselves over to the ministry, in order to do that, you had to have given up something else. So in order to give yourself over to the ministry, all right, that means that you withdrew your attention from other endeavors in life, such as worldly pursuits, all right, other things that you could be watching right now. All right, this truth came with a sacrifice, man. All right, but the most important thing that you could really invest is your time, but more specifically your attention, because it takes time, all right, to give your attention over to something, man. Okay, you got brothers that are come from out of town, and they'll walk right in the camp, right? So we'll say, yeah, you can come on Mississippi, you come to our camp and teach with us, and they'll come to camp while camp going, and they'll just jump in and start teaching. And in order to do that, that means that you have to have been a brother that have been giving yourself over to this word time and time again, so you could just jump in the middle of camp and just start teaching, man. And I always thought that was admirable, you know? I thought that was beautiful. But what you give your attention over to is what matters, man. Okay? And now we have Sirach, the 39th chapter, how it tells you that, you know, he that giveth his mind to the law, all right, will basically stay meditated on the scriptures, on the prophecies, on the history. You know, I'm definitely butchering up the scripture, but it's basically Sirach, the 39th chapter, man, about giving your mind over to the law, man. All right? And that's how Yahweh Shai rewards you, man. That's how you become living waters in the spirit, because you didn't gave yourself over into this ministry, man. You got brothers that's constantly going on certain diets to modify themselves in the ministry, to enhance their ministry. You got brothers that's always praying, always fasting. They'll let go of drinking wine for a month. When brothers do stuff like that, the spirit of Yahweh Shai or Yahweh Shai sups with those brothers heavily, man. Brothers is always doing lessons with brothers, always doing videos, man. When the spirit of Yahweh Shai sees that you're giving your attention solely to this ministry, then there's going to be return on you giving that attention over to the ministry. And in their return is you're going to be living waters, man. Meaning you're going to spew out wisdom. All right? Now, granted, some brothers, hey, there are different lots in this truth. Some brothers have a higher aptitude for knowledge than others. All right? So all because a brother might not have a lot of precepts, or a brother might not have be that high-powered brother, that doesn't mean he's less of a man of the Lord. It is that he was dispensed a smaller portion in the spirit. All right, and on the contrary, all because a brother knows a lot of precepts, that doesn't mean he's a man of the Lord either. You see? Or he's more of a man of the Lord, I put it that way. Because you had a lot of precept kings that weren't right in the spirit. But that's another topic for another lesson. Okay? But the point is, what you give your focus on, what you give your attention to is going to determine who you are, man. All right? I remember when I was like 11, 12, I used to watch those And1 videos. You know, y'all remember And1 where they used to do all those tricks with the balls? Well, next thing I know, I was doing the little fancy stuff. Now, the shot might not have made it in the net, but I could cross you over real good because I gave my attention over to those little And1 videos. All right, but now that I woke up to this knowledge, all right, now that I'm waking up to this knowledge, I gave my attention over to the ministry. So what am I doing now? I was watching the apostles teach and the elders teach a great millstone. Now I'm teaching through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, along with the other brothers who started out watching the elder apostles, man. And they sat there and wrote down the scriptures and got built up in the spirit, sacrificed their time and gave their attention over to this ministry, man. All right? We don't have time to go to school and you know, go to college and do a whole bunch of homework, because for the most part, we can't divide our attention like that. Yahweh Shai needs our undivided attention. All right, the spirit of wisdom is like a woman. Wisdom, Sophia, is literally personified as a woman. And any brother knows that once you get with a woman, what does she want? Your attention. Your attention, you know? So wisdom, Sophia, is no different. But in return, she nourishes you, man. She nourishes you in the word, man, and she shows you her secrets, man. All right? But we have to make sure that we're fully clothed in wisdom, and that the spirit that emanates from us is the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, because we are what we eat, and we eat with our minds in the form of giving attention to it, man. All right? So yeah, you got that in Timothy's where it says, what's it? Meditate on these things, give thyself wholly into the ministry. And then you got Sirach, the 39th chapter, where it says, he that giveth his mind to the law should meditate on the prophecies, all right, and the laws of the ancients, to that effect. Then you got Matthew where it says that I be single. Now, what is your eye? Your eye is your mind. All right, your eye is your mind. All right, that's why you have something called the mind's eye. And with your mind's eye, you do something what? You focus. All right. So if your eye be single, that means you locked in his word, and the only thing that really matters is his word, man. Let me get this right quick. Pray always, hopefully elect. Shalom to you, brother. Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out the book of Yahweh and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. Meaning that we're not going to have to pair the Bible with another book such as the Quran or other philosophies. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them. All right. Hey, and that's heavy. His spirit it have gathered them. The spirit gathered who? The elect. It gathered us to come out here and teach. Now the water to you, Malak Kazak. The water to you, the water to you, my brother. But it said his spirit it had gathered them. Gather who? Us. That's why it says in Zephaniah, what's that too? Gather yourselves, O nation not desired. Gather yourselves, O nation not desired, man. But how were we gathered? By the word. See, this is a process to rulership. We are in the middle of a process to rulership, because the word went out pursuant to the scripture that the brother brought out. All right, what's the Isaiah 34:16? But then we consumed the word, and we ate the word. Then we became gathered by way of the word. Let me get this. Apologist of the Apostles 144. Shalom to you. 1 Timothy 4:15. All right, 1 Timothy 4:14. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery. All right, verse 15. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them. The water for bringing it out, that thy profiting may appear to all. Give thyself wholly unto them. These are traits that Yahweh Shema Shai taps into. Yahweh Shema Shai loves those brothers who gives themselves wholly into the scripture. All right. Hey, the Most High, I remember one time, I put it like this. All right, because I'm gonna keep it vague. People should look at you and ask themselves, is he a part of some religion? Like, is he? Because people will tell you that, like, you got a different vibe on you. Where does that different vibe on you come from? It came from what you would consume in when they weren't looking, and you kept eating the book, man. We should have a different vibration on us than people in the world, man. All right. This is from Elder Kazak, the end, my friend. All right, Matthew 6:22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Apologists of the Gospel 144, Ezekiel 3:3. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat. Now we mentioned earlier, thy belly is what? Thy mind. You eat with what? Your mind, by giving attention to this word, consuming a book. Son of man, cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. What is that roll? It's the scriptures, man. The prophecies, the laws, all right, the history. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. All right. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them. All right. It's a servant of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Shalom to you. Joshua 1:8. This book of the law should not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. And that's another thing, man. Not to get off topic. In Babylon in America, they teach you to chase material success. They teach you to materialism is basically an occultic religion. Success is basically an occultic religion, where really your God is success. Your God is status. Your God is making 6 figures a year, 7 figures a year. All right, but what you didn't know by God or Yahweh Shema Shai is that if you get that energy to Yahweh Shema Shai, you will have that good success. Not in America. because we're not teaching a prosperity doctrine where you could prosper on the plantation, prosper in captivity, but wisdom brings forth more than 6 figures a year. Giving yourself over to wisdom bringeth rulership. All right? Let me keep going with it, brothers. There's living waters on the coming board right now. Apologists of the gospel 144, Revelations 10 and 9. And I went unto the angel, and he said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Revelation 10 and 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. Because this truth, it starts off as honey, or sweet as honey, because you wake up to your nationality. Like, whoa, I'm an Israelite. Like, whoa, I'm from the tribe of Gad. I'm from the tribe of Reuben, tribe of Judah. You know, we are the people that we read about in the Christian churches, but they never told us it was us, man. All right. Well, I'm really a king. I'm the son of Yahweh Shema Shai. The Most High is a so-called black man. All right, his son Yahweh Shai is a so-called black man. That's sweet, to the point where you telling everybody at school, you telling everybody at work. You know why they roll up a black and mild, trying to tell your coworker, man. All right, it's sweet in your mouth as honey. But then what happens? The hell comes, the trials come, the refinement process comes, where you catching hell and you catching afflictions. That's the bitterness, man. All right, the hell that comes with the truth, that's the bitterness, man. Okay. Apologists of the gospel 144, 1 Corinthians 7 and 35. And this I speak for your own profit. All right, and this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Yahweh without distraction. A attend, which is where you get attention from. All right. See, from my own personal walk, my strength just comes from being focused in the truth. You know, because I have weaknesses, and I've learned that my weakness really comes from, or how strong my weakness is, or how effective my weakness is against my spirit, is based on how much I'm giving this truth. All right. So for an example, if I'm doing the work, so I'm doing videos with brothers, I'm doing videos on these live streams, that builds my spirit up to deal with the everyday BS that I have to go through, you know, because basically it's a simulation. But the less you are involved in the spirit, the more real the simulation of your life becomes. Okay. The less involved you are in the scriptures, the less you are involved in the word, the more real your simulation appears to be to your life, man. And Satan, with his job, is to draw out emotions, draw out anger, draw out all these type of worries, things that you really can't control. And what that does, that diverts your attention from the word. And when that's done, Satan is thinking, damn, mission accomplished. Okay. So the goal is, it's a lot. The goal is to focus on the word, no matter what's going on in our day-to-day lives. Because Satan is definitely making the effort to divert our attention and ultimately to overthrow us, man. Okay, but it's all about what we give our attention to. There's a saying that whatever you focus on expands in your mind, because what you give your attention to expands in your subconscious. And when that happens, that becomes your reality. That's why me and the brother Yashri did the video, I want to say last Thursday, make this truth a reality. Because there's all types of realities, man. All right. And the thing that you give your attention to, that becomes your reality. You got people that's a part of the sports world. All they talk about is sports. All they're concerned with is sports. That's their reality. You know, you'll be in class or at work, then you got the group of people. All they doing is talk about the Saints or the Cowboys. That's their reality. But your occupation is what? The word. Hey, what's going on in Israel? What's going on in the prophecies? We can all work in the same office building, and we got different groups of people in these different office buildings. But in our group, our reality is the word. But Saint's job is to make this less of a reality. And that's why I have to quote something that Elder Apostle Gabar said years ago. And he said, the way you stay in the faith is keep your head buried in the scriptures. All right? The way you stay in the faith is you keep your head buried in the scriptures. Because when you invest your attention into this word, all right, then it becomes more of a reality to you than the world outside of the word. Okay? So what you give your attention to is what really matters, man. And I preach to myself, because something that I'm making an effort to reiterate in my own mind is edify thyself. Because before I teach other people, I have to teach myself. But it's all about where you give your focus to, where you give your attention to, man. And the water for you, Akim, for posting these scriptures on the comment board, man. That's why I like doing these live vids, because of that feedback, man. All right, we reading the scriptures on the comment board, you know. Let me get this apologist of the gospel 144, Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. And that's the scripture. That's the overall thing. The end, my friend. All right. Ecclesiastes 1:18. For much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. Okay. And scrolling down the comment board. Joshua 1:8. That's a real good one. We got that one. All right. Matthew 6:22. That was good too. So I'm gonna get this too. Hey, sister, this truth. Hey, it also says that in the scriptures, and we are addicted to these things. If you read the prologue of the book of Sirach, it goes into being addicted to these things, and that's how it's supposed to be. All right, and we can tell because we see these same brothers and sisters on the comment board. That means they're addicted to the word. Honey is addictive. Literally, honey is literally addictive. All right, because I'm a brother with a sweet tooth, so a lot of times I find myself eating honey all the time. All right. Yep, but okay, I think I got everything on the comment board. So like I said, the water for you brothers and sisters who are attending, giving your attention to this word. All praise to Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, rule well. Peace and blessing to the house of David the elect. And with that, Abba Baal, Kum Yashala, Shalom, Ahabatham.